Kieran, is this one that everyone's looking forward to?
Yeah, it really is. Another fantastic occasion, to have Man United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, coming to Portman Road for a game on a Sunday in front of a global audience is one to really embrace, one to really look forward to. I know the players are, staff are, and I'm sure the supporters are as well. Of course, coming off a back of a good game and a good result as well makes it an even better occasion for us. And now we want to go out and deliver a performance and execute really well and show our identity and make our supporters proud. So that's what we're going to try and do.
Coming back off the back of a great performance, great win at Spurs. Of course, it is an international break. It's not a break for the staff and the players here. Have you used it how you wanted to? Yeah,
it's been good. We've had the balance, of a little bit of rest because we know it's a busier spell coming up now, right through until, really the March international fixtures possibly before we get a break. But also some good preparation time. Preparation time's been important, of course, with, facing the team up next that are under new management. So, that takes a little bit more in the preparation, a chance to review some of our stuff, not just in the Tottenham game, but across the first games in terms of areas that we're doing well, areas that we need to improve. And some good training with those who've been here. And then, of course, as always is the challenge, getting the group together pretty late in the week after being in different parts of the world and trying to get them all refocused and ready for a big performance on Sunday. So, yeah, it's been a good 2 weeks.
And you spoke before the Spurs fixture about a few players perhaps working their way back to full fitness after the international break. Hopefully that's still the case.
Yeah, there's a few who are going to be touch and go. We think hopefully we'll have, good availability over the next week or two. But yeah, Jacob, Jack, Calvin's had a little issue since shortly after the Leicester game. Ben Johnson's had a little issue, to be fair, this week. And there's a few others as well. So we got a few who are going to be touch and go, to be honest, for the game. George Hurst is going to be out with the injury that he picked up in the Tottenham game, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to, put out the side that we think gives us the best chance to win the game. And I think we've got enough depth at the moment to be competitive in the match. I think we'll have some good options on the bench. And hopefully if we can, get a few players back in the next week or so, then we'll have, a strong squad available for a busy run of games.
It is a fixture to look forward to. As you say, everyone at the club is. Is it a fixture that you were familiar with when you were younger? Were you watching Ipswich Man United? Did that come across on the TV much, or?
No, there was the not the famous game, but in 2000, whenever Ipswich were just back in the Premier League, and was it the first game or one of the first games? So
well, we had a few. The Wilderness at Portman Road.
Yeah, I have some memory of that from the time actually, but also of course read about it lately as well a little bit more. So. Yeah, it would be nice if it was a more regular Premier League fixture again. Let's be honest. It's it's the level that we want to be back at as a football club. Man United, of course, are one of the biggest clubs in world football. So they're the type of team you want to play against, and of course to play them at your stadium is always really, really exciting. And that's what we've got to look forward to on Sunday.
Is it a nice balance of having that buzz, the attention? The world will be watching Portman Road on Sunday, but come to Playford Road and the training ground, it's still just business as usual and, preparing for any game.
Yeah, that has to be the overwhelmingly bigger bit of it, to be honest. We've got to prepare a performance and go out and try and, deliver and execute as well as we possibly can. We're getting our details right, getting our intensity right, getting our mindset right, and being ready for what the game might bring. So that's, where all our focus is, of course. There's a bit of an extra buzz around games like these in the media or around the town and with the supporters, and that's something just to enjoy. There's no excuse for that. It shouldn't take anything away from our work. We have to focus in on doing our jobs and preparing the game plan as well as we possibly can. And I think the extra bit of buzz around the games, that's something to really enjoy, whether you're a player or a staff member. To be involved in these games is a great honour. So that's something to enjoy. Keep our focus on what's important in terms of the performance and try and bring both together on Sunday.
And we don't want to dive too deep into the tactical approach. There's been a lot of outside noise about how Ruben Amorim might approach the game and things, but what is potentially different if it's a manager's first game in terms of how it might impact us?
Yeah, it always changes the prep a little bit. We've had it, plenty over the last few years now. So, the process is a little bit different because you have to watch, or you tend to watch some games of the manager's previous club and see things, whether that's tactical things or, technical, things or even mental things that were important in, that team that the manager obviously emphasises a lot. And you cross that between, of course, studying and analysing the players at the club and any things that have been relevant in their recent games that we think will probably come up again. So it's a slightly different type of analysis, but other than that, you keep the process the same. You try and filter the information as much as you can with the players so that they're getting the things that are most important without giving them absolutely everything that you look at. They don't need to know all of it. It's trying to filter that down to the players to make it, easiest for them to digest and implement in their performances. So yeah, it's not our first time in modern football. There's managerial changes quite a lot, so it won't be the last time. But yeah, we feel like we're in a pretty good place with the short amount of time, I have to say, that we've had with the group. But the last 2 days training have been good. We've still got one more tomorrow. Playing on Sunday probably helps on that regard after international duty, and we think by Sunday we'll be ready.
And finally, we've spoken a lot about the Tottenham game, naturally, but before that, it was so many positives from the Leicester match, and with that being at home, what perhaps characteristics and attributes would you like to see out there from everyone on Sunday? It's not just the players, is it? It's the fans, it's the staff, it's everyone associated with the club.
No, we know, look, the players, they can't do this one by themselves, that's for sure. Playing against an incredibly talented group of players, the individual level is really, really high, and against a team, an opponent who are going to be playing with big motivation themselves and probably equaling that big intensity themselves. So we're going to need a big impact from the crowd. There's no doubt about it. And they've been fantastic. I have to say, we appreciate the support. We've had 5 home games. Probably one of them we didn't reach the level that we would want to reach, but certainly in the other 4, I think the other opponent would have really went away and would have felt Portman Road and what that means in the crowd, the intensity off the pitch, intensity off the pitch, and the identity of the team and of the club. And we got to make sure that Man United feel that on Sunday as much as possible. So yeah, I think everyone knows they've got a part to play on that. I think everyone knows it's going to be a tough game. It's not all going to go our way. There's probably going to be some bumps in there as well and some difficult moments. And especially in those difficult moments, being with the players, being behind the players can make the big impact. And, in the moments when we're in the ascendancy, having 30,000 behind us and pushing us is a big help as well. So yeah, we can't wait for the atmosphere on Sunday. I think it's going to be great, and it's always a big help for us.